right. Let's get it 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 right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Dealatofficial. And this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me. Subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Cause you see the title, fam. Ooh. You just got out of hand, life done changed. I told y'all what's going on and the way that it's happening. Let's get into this here.
All hell is breaking loose across the world as a result of Donald Trump's invasion of Iraq. Really, there's no location in the world that has not been impacted. You take a look at what's happening in Iraq right now. Massive clashes outside of the United States Embassy in Baghdad or in Erbil, Iraq. The United States ammunition depot was struck by Iran. It blew up. I'll show you that in a moment. You go to Cyprus, where there's a UK Air Force base right there. That was attacked. You go to Abu Dhabi, where there is a French military base. That was attacked. Now you have Lindsey Graham, Donald Trump's warmonger in chief out there, buddy with Donald Trump, saying next the United States is going to invade Cuba. Get ready, Cuba. The invasion's about to begin right there. You have Donald Trump and the State Department now blocking the billions of dollars in funding that was promised to Taiwan because Donald Trump was told by Xi Jinping that there would be no meeting of Donald Trump in China with Xi Jinping if Donald Trump gave the billions of dollars in promised aid to Taiwan. So Donald Trump has betrayed Taiwan. You look at what's happening in Karachi, in Pakistan, where pro-Ayatollah protesters attacked the U.S. Embassy in Karachi. Actually, what went down is you had American Marine security forces guarding that embassy open fire on the people in Karachi who were protesting, killing dozens of people there. You have this conflagration across the world happening. It's, and I know we're focusing a lot on what's happening in Iran and what's going on with the United States and Israel, but I mean, just look a little bit toward the east. You have Afghanistan at war with Pakistan. Pakistan declared war on Afghanistan, saying it's a colony of India. So there's a proxy war between Pakistan and India taking place right there. Let me just go through kind of data point by data point with you, show you what's going on throughout the world. So the first thing I want to do is show you what's going on in Baghdad right now, or what's going on in Iraq, where there are heavy clashes between Iraqi security forces and pro-Iran protesters right outside the green zone there. Let's play this clip right here. This next clip I'm going to show you, you will see cops firing on armed Iran-flagged Allahu Akbar militants as they try to storm the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. A lot of deaths there as well. Let's play this clip. Here's footage from earlier, as well as Tammuz Intel posts, showing that the gunfire, or showing what the gunfire looked like between the pro-Iran protesters and Iraqi security forces. You can see it right there. Right now, let's bring you to Karachi in Pakistan right here, where you'll see at the consulate, it's the consulate in Karachi, the United States consulate, as the pro-Iran protesters try to get in. The United States Marine Security Guard detachment, the Marines open fire, killing dozens of people there. Let's show you what went down. Here's another angle of it as well. I'll show you this as well. You can hear the gunshots as the Marines open fire. Let's play it. Now you can see over here what it looked like in Beirut. Massive Israeli strikes right there. Beirut within Lebanon, because Hezbollah is now joining Iran in the war. Also, the Houthis in Yemen are joining the war. And with Iran and with Hezbollah and with the Houthis, they are working to try to shut down the Strait of Hormuz in order to squeeze the oil supply, liquefied natural gas and crude. 20 to 25% of the liquefied natural gas and crude coming from has to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. They're trying to stop that. Most shipping companies are not engaging in the risk of trying to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. You can see over here, as OSINT Defender says, panic is spreading across southern Lebanon as residents, many who have only returned to their towns and villages within the last year, once again are fleeing from their homes due to evacuation orders issued by Israel due to the potential of a looming full-scale renewed conflict with Hezbollah, which we've seen. And you can see in this next video, Israel launching strikes on multiple Hezbollah targets across Lebanon, including in the capital of Beirut, hitting some of the high-rise buildings there. And those buildings came crashing down last night as well. We'll take you to Athens, Greece, where there were thousands who joined an anti-war protest outside of the U.S. Embassy in Athens. These protests were peaceful, but let me show you what went down. Play this clip. Let's pull up the video of the Chinese army, of the CCP army right here. Xi Jinping outmaneuvering Donald Trump quite easily. Donald Trump is so thirsty, so desperate for a meeting with Xi Jinping in China, which Xi Jinping's already given to a lot of other foreign leaders, that Xi Jinping said as a precondition to Donald Trump, quote, the U.S. must handle arms sales to Taiwan with extreme caution, that this is the most important issue in China-U.S. relations, and China will never allow Taiwan to be separated, from China. And Xi Jinping told Donald Trump, if you want to meet me in April and you want to have a state visit here, you're going to have to not give Taiwan the $13 billion you promised them. And on the Midas Touch Network, we previously predicted there was zero chance that Donald Trump was going to give Taiwan the $13 billion. By the way, it was an easy prediction because last year when Xi Jinping called Donald Trump and said, hey, do not let the president of Taiwan fly over U.S. airspace en route to South America or Central America. Donald Trump refused to even let the president of Taiwan fly over the United States. So I'm like, that was a test by Xi Jinping to Donald Trump of, can I boss you around? And if Donald Trump was not going to let the president of Taiwan fly over U.S. airspace, they're not going to give him $13 billion in aid. So for all of the Republicans who are like, yeah, but Donald Trump's strong on China, he's giving Taiwan billions of dollars in aid. No, he's not. Donald Trump, and I've said this before, has agreed with Putin and with Xi that they are going to split the world up into three. That was the plan. U.S., Western Hemisphere, Russia gets Europe, China gets Asia, and then the Middle East and Africa just get carved up, and then imperialist wars happen over there, and then it's a free-for-all. That was basically the agreement that was made. Rubio's referred to this as a world order, a multipolar world order, where the United States is not the leader of the free world. That's what we're seeing. New York Times reported yesterday that the Trump administration, they've confirmed what we predicted.
So hit that like button, double tap that screen, become a member today. You know you in here with Dilla T and my family. You know this is No Filters. Let me tell you something. And it's crazy too because I know what I be talking about. I ain't lying. I know what I be talking about. I told y'all Lori was her. Lori. I need you to respond first, Lord. Lord. I'm gonna wait on Lord. We're gonna wait on Lord. When Lord respond, I know it's real. Okay, so listen, remember this, Lord. You remember when I said we can read a headline that says World War III. You remember that? Like when I was in the garage? And this was like our first days together. But you remember I said that? Like we'll wake up and read a headline that says World War III. And as funny as it seems, shout out to Chris. But I'm saying it because if you was around Chris when I first began, then I didn't even know you was around. You may have come in quietly. But the crazy part is that it's only probably been about a year and a half. I thought about you too, Lori. You know it's love. All weekend, you know you contact and stay in commute with me. But you know what's crazy? I said, if you could think about what I said and you realize what's going on, then you knew when we've heard about Iran getting bombed and that the Ayatollah is unalived, you would further know that I knew what was going on before it happened and that this was coming. Now, this is not necessarily World War III, but this is a step in that direction. You understand? I told you 2026 about to be something diabolical. I also said we're going to look up one day and read a headline that says World War III has begun. Now, this is how I know this ain't real war. Okay? Follow me. This is not real war because real war says, hey, you hit my guy, I'm hitting your people. It's not going to happen like that. And then you need to really understand Israel and the United States relationship. And then you will start to understand the situation with Iran. Okay? A months back, Trump had bombed Iran's site. No permission, no meeting with nobody in the White House, no nothing. The man just pulled up and bombed a site in Iran because he told Israel and Iran to stop arguing. If you remember that. He told Israel and Iran to stop arguing, and then he cussed on camera on the news because he said they're acting like some effing babies. So that was the first time we heard Trump cuss like that too. Remember that, Lori? Crazy work, right? So the point I'm making is that nothing that's being done is being done coincidentally. Let's say that. I know you looked up and was like, oh my God, Iran's president has been unalived and it has something to do with us, USA. I know that's how you looked up at your camera. I know that's how you looked up at your TV. You've been looking at your stuff all weekend like, what? Oh my God, what we gonna do? What's going on? This man just got rid of this man. And then this man just did this to this man, and you don't even know why he did this to this man. Okay, real quick, background. Ayatollah, okay? The Ayatollah leader of Iran is not a very good person. Matter of fact, he is disgusting. Matter of fact, he is sick, okay? He is the type, which none of you all had to go through this, but the Ayatollah is the type in these countries to where if you don't agree with them, you know how we have a voice here at No Filters to not agree with Trump, and we can loudly call his name out and not agree with him? You understand what I'm saying, right? The fact that we can openly disagree with the president of the United States and still have freedom says a lot about why other countries can't disagree openly and still have freedom. It don't work like that. The Ayatollah, the president of Iran, he was knocking off babies, kids, families, anybody that didn't agree with his policy. He felt no way about schools, kids, any of that. If you didn't agree with him, down to what he eat, he was coming for you. So this is another situation where Trump did some law-abiding citizen stuff. Because think about it. They just got rid of El Mencho. You know, like El Chapo? Yeah, they got rid of El Mencho. And then all of a sudden you turn around a couple weeks later and get rid of the Ayatollah Iran leader. You can't tell me that boy ain't trying to create something to keep them files off of him. See, we don't care about law-abiding citizen issues or activity no more, because he's done so wrong and not have been held accountable at all that we don't even care about justice around the world no more. See, this is a day that's really weird because we should always care about justice. Wherever justice is upheld in any country, state, or hemisphere, we should always care about law and justice. But today, we don't care about law and justice. Why? Because Trump, being a criminal, is bringing down criminals. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Trump, being a criminal, is going after criminals. When you can acknowledge a El Chapo or El Mencho of a cartel that is a drug criminal organization, the news and the world acknowledges them as if they are government. But they are literally like Bloods and Crips. What? And they are able to speak and be spoken to as if they have business, position, or some political authority in the world. I feel bad for people in Mexico because right now, Mexico is being ran by the cartel. Period. Been ran by the cartel. How can you live and be ran by Bloods and Crips? That's what this is. They're being ran by criminals. That's it. And I'm using a big word. Yeah, criminal. Because just like the mob, you can acknowledge all of the 5 families, but yet they're still all criminals. So a person like Trump sitting back and bringing down criminals as being a criminal justifies nothing. It values nothing. It accomplishes nothing. Funny thing I heard Trump saying was, we want to make the world a better place, and make sure that the American people know we're doing it. That's how I knew everything he was doing was based off trying to get our attention and our yes. And it's gone because of the things he's done and everything he didn't account for. So at the end of the day, I've always told you that Trump is not a president. He's a gangster in a suit. And I ain't talking about no pow pow gangster, no beat you up gangster. No, I'm talking about that gangster with the pinky rings. They sit back and don't talk too much. They just point and say a couple things. And you know what's funny too? Chris said, I heard El Mencho's next in line got took out by his fam. But I heard that the Ayatollah Iran president's next in line just got knocked by his fam. And that's funny that you just said that, Chris, because that's it. Literally, that's exactly what's happened. How did the next in line person get knocked for the cartel, Mexico? And then the next person in line get knocked for Iran as the next to be the Ayatollah. Something is fishy, something is going on, and something is happening the same way on both ends. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We're going to get to the bottom of it. Why? Because we cooking.
From his Florida home at Mar-a-Lago. From his Florida home at Mar-a-Lago.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days. In 1983, Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel.
Did you hear he said 444 days? Now, who album named 444? I'll wait. Oh, I thought you knew, Chris. I knew you knew. Yeah, I knew you knew, fam. So, when you hearing stuff like that, somebody being held for 444 days, and this is, you know this is, bruh. This is, bruh. So, 444, you really thought 444 was gonna do it? Wasn't gonna happen. Because we gonna catch all of that. I told you, fam, read in between the lines here at No Filters. We read the headline that we read in between the lines. That man said people was held for 444 days, and the way he's talking with that USA hat on is that they corrupt and they doing whatever they want. His body language is letting me know, and the way he's talking is that he has to use the big government words But the way he's explaining is like, yeah, we just messed some people up and we did a great job doing it. And we're going to do it again. Woo! Hit that like button, double tap that screen, boy. This is really real.
In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole. Many died. Iranian forces killed and maimed hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years, as well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels in international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it any longer. From Lebanon to Yemen and Syria to Iraq, the regime has armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked the earth with blood and guts. And it was Iran's proxy, Hamas, that launched the monstrous October 7th attacks on Israel, slaughtering more than 1,000 innocent people, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage. It was brutal. Something like the world has never seen before. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It has always been the policy of the United States, in particular, my administration, that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon. I'll say it again, they can never have a nuclear weapon. That is why in Operation Midnight Hammer last June, we obliterated the regime's nuclear program at Fordo.
Now, that's what I just brought up. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Double tap that screen. Listen to me. I just brought that up. I just said that Trump went over there and bombed something and didn't even ask nobody. And it was called Operation Midnight Hammer. That sound like Trump naming that. What? Midnight Hammer. Yeah, that sound like some white. Yeah, that's him. That boy said Operation Midnight Hammer. We just obliterated. The boy used the word obliterate. Fam, if somebody said we obliterate, what? Yeah, that means we just wiped out whatever was right there. We like a napkin. You know how you just get a paper towel, wipe it all up. Yeah, that's what he just did. He just napkin these niggas. Yeah, he just paper towel them, fam. Anytime you talking about you just obliterated, you just wipe them off, wipe them up, move them out. Over here, fam. Come on, over here. Cause what obliterated them? Midnight Hammer. Bruh, that sound crucial. So these are the things that's being done while you sleep. You go to work, go to the crib while you sleep. They unleashing Operation Midnight Hammer. And they saying, oh no, Iran can't have nothing nuclear. Because what they doing over there, you give them a nuclear something, a nuclear warhead, a nuclear weapon. Bro, listen, man. We living in a time where we talking about nuclear warfare. We ain't talking about guns. We talking about nuclear. You know, you that's why you looking at me like that, because you don't know what nuclear is. That's why you looking at me like it's regular. Nah, you don't know what it is. Nuclear. Nuclear, fam. This is nuclear warfare. Somebody drop of nuclear anything, it's just gonna take this whole side of the earth. It's just gonna take that whole section over there and it's just gonna wipe out whatever's over here left. Like nuclear ain't to play with nothing. Because nuclear just, when it drop, everybody going to sleep. And when I say everybody going to sleep. So you don't want to drop, you don't want to give power to no one that can run a nuclear anything, knowing that the level of power these people have has never been questioned. It's never been objected. It's never been, it's just never been. And these are none but regular human people like me and you. And yet they just got power because men is moving for them. That's it. So if you don't agree with them, they ready to just wipe your whole life off the map. Just wipe you away. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We finna find out some more here.
And Isfahan. After that attack, we warned them never to resume their malicious pursuit of nuclear weapons, and we sought repeatedly to make a deal. We tried. They wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. Again, they wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. They didn't know what was happening. They just wanted to practice evil. But Iran refused, just as it has for decades and decades. They rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear ambitions, and we can't take it anymore. Instead, they attempted to rebuild their nuclear program and to continue developing long-range missiles that can now threaten our very good friends and allies in Europe, our troops stationed overseas, and could soon reach the American homeland. Just imagine how emboldened this regime would be if they ever had and actually were armed with nuclear weapons as a means to deliver their message. For these reasons, the United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests. We're going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated. We're going to annihilate their navy. We're going to ensure that the region's terrorist...
See, this sounds like gangster level stuff. Because that man said, again, obliterated. We are going to annihilate. See, when you're using words like obliterated and annihilate, that means there's no more. I mean, once we do it, there's not even a piece of y'all left. You understand? Now, I'm not saying what he's saying is wrong, because everything that he's saying is probably the truth. Okay? But it's the problem is that it's in the name of distracting us from the Epstein files. That's the problem. All this can be true. Iran being bad, disgusting, thinking about killing everybody, taking hostages, everything they've done. That's the truth, probably set you free. But the problem is, we just went after this truth because of the files. We didn't go after this truth because of just pure truth. We went after this truth for the files. To keep the file, because any problem that he already have had has already been a problem. But he's done nothing but just move on that problem because the Epstein files is in his face. You thought for a minute that Minnesota was going to sacrifice peoples in deaths and nobody was going to think about the files no more. Because at this point, it's making Trump's name be more focused, being more of the focus than anybody else's. Clinton and them can come and do whatever they do. Testify, talk, conversate, have a whole whatever. But at the end of the day, they're putting out every level of the stops for the Epstein files. And at the end of the day, I'm trying to tell you, there is no justice. There is no level of citizenship and law-abiding citizen respect that you can fight for uphold or obtain when you have already been labeled a PDF because you've been around PDF files. There is no level of obtaining anything that's more than being. So that's the deepening situation of this Iran war, stuff like that. Even if Iran even if Iran is causing problems, they finna respond heavy. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. This thing got really out of hand now at this point. It done got out of hand at this point, fam.
Be uploading 4 new episodes on the podcast show, 4 new clips on the podcast show. So make sure y'all click the link. It'll be pinned at the top of the chat. Salute to everybody that's been supporting the channel. And let's get right into the video, man. I want to shout out Elaine Dirks for the $25 donation in the Cash App last video. And also Marn Hood, $50 donation in the Cash App last video. Let's get right into this, man, as this situation is absolutely deadly now, as we already know what happened. I told you guys in the last video I just did a little while ago that Iran had come out and basically, announced that the daughter, son-in-law, and grandson of the Ayatollah had been unalived by the attacks by the United States of America and Israel. Also, the reports and rumors were by the attacks by the United States of America. Man, I want to shout out Elaine Dirks for the $25 donation in the Cash App last video, and also Marn Hood, $50 donation in the Cash App last video.
First of all, hit that like button, double tap that screen. You see the Cash App, you see the super chat, you see the stickers. It's all love, it's all support. It matters that we do that so this can go further, so we can share this with the world. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's real. Anything coming in, coming and going is love. Let's go. That boy just said everybody in the Ayatollah's family has been unalived in the pursuit of them going after Ayatollah. Ooh, here it is, fam. All of your people. That man said his niece, cousin, nephew, his wife. That boy just said a couple people done got hit. And they not here no more when they came for him. I want to know what it looked like when they came in there to go after him. I want to know if they looked like they gave him an option. I want to know if they knew what he was doing. I want to know if they just cold-blooded came for him and he didn't even know it.
Get right into this, man, as this situation is absolutely deadly now, as we already know what happened. I told you guys in the last video I just did a little while ago that Iran had come out and basically announced that the daughter, son-in-law, and grandson of the Ayatollah had been unalived by the attacks by the United States of America and Israel. Grandson of the Ayatollah at the daughter, son-in-law, and grandson of the Ayatollah had been unalived.
Daughter, son-in-law, and grandson. Now, how old is the daughter? How old is the son-in-law? How old is the grandson? That was his daughter and them whole little family. So they off the family and they came for him. But yet they like he was the demon and the worst man alive, killing people left and right. And I'm sure his niece, son-in-law, and my grandson probably knew too, because he's doing it in front of folks. That's crazy, fam. They got it, all of them. Now think about it. Now you have really upset more than just the army. You have upset his family that probably is in power. But it's the level of upset. It ain't just upset and mad. It's the level of it. A child and the family? Yeah, that don't sit the same. That don't even sit, that don't even feel the same. That just don't go together the same way. You get what I'm saying? Hit that like button, double tap that screen, let's go.
By the attacks by the United States of America and Israel. Also, the reports and rumors came out, and I told you guys this as well, that the Ayatollah himself had been unalived in attacks by the United States and Israel. Well, now it has taken a new extreme and went to a new level after seeing all of the viral videos online of different things, mass hysteria going on right now. After seeing all the videos on X of devastating scenes of people running away from missiles dropping out of the sky right onto the land in Dubai, Bahrain, just mass hysteria, period. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Iran's Islamic, I'm going to repeat myself again, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has now come out and announced that they are going directly for the President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. And I will let you hear exactly what they said. A lot of people thought that because the Ayatollah had been taken out, that this was over. And I told you guys that this had just begun, that they already had measures set in place to where if something like this happened, next man up type of mentality is what they was operating off of. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, this is hard to hear, man. This is hard to listen to, because the lady, she basically was broken. You could tell that they took severe losses, and she basically was broken. But this was at the conference right now that was just had by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps.
The devils of the world will celebrate, and everybody has managed to brainwash. But this is not over. Trump is going to pay a price paid by no American president at all time, paid by no Zionist of all time, paid by no criminal of all time. Trump is going to see, because revenge is coming, and revenge is coming soon, and revenge is coming after Trump, after everybody who facilitated this assassination. He will pay the ultimate price. And it's not only by the millions of Iranians, it's not only by the millions in resistance countries, it's also by those who have newly joined the resistance.
Man, ladies and gentlemen, this situation has just gotten.
See, I want you to really understand something. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Listen to me. This is bad for us. And I'm not even tripping off her voice or none of that, because we've been through stuff. But listen why I'm telling you it's bad for us. Trump and Nicki Minaj and all of these people that's been who they've been, they just been lying to us right in our face. And the worst case is even in the midst of the devil worshiping and the satanic stuff, that's a lie right in our face. They went over there and got at that man for a reason, and it's not what he said on camera. Let me say that again. They went over there and unalived the Ayatollah. And it was not because of what Trump said in that press conference. When I heard her just bring up the word Zionist, strong word. But if you knew what it meant more, it would be even stronger. So when I tell you how serious this is, and the way she sounded, you can tell how she feel about how they finna go about it. Because at the end of the day, they got at that man for a reason we don't know. Let's just be real. And that's another reason why American people will be mad, or why Iranians will be mad. And yet they want to aim for Trump. It's just not the same, man. Because the stuff they want to do right now, they lying to us about what they're doing. And then when these people get hit, they crying like that because they know what's really happening. So if we sit back and act like we don't know, this is deep. That girl said something so fast, boy. She said, we coming for Trump and the people that joined the resistance. It's real.
To a new level of danger. Once again, that was Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. The girl could barely speak, crying. Or I should say the lady, as she has stated that they are vowing to come directly. Now remember, Trump had already came out, because Trump came out and said that if Trump had already came out and said that if Iran had come after him, Trump claimed that he would wipe out the entire country. He said he would wipe them off the map, right? And then Trump turns around and goes and they take out the Supreme Leader, the Ayatollah. Now that that's happened, they claim that it's on now. They're saying that they're coming after President of the United States of America. I'll play what she said again so you guys can hear what she said again, man. This is bad, man. This is bad.
The devils of the world will celebrate, and everybody here managed to brainwash. But this is not over. Trump is going to pay a price paid by no American president of all time, paid by no Zionist of all time, paid by no criminal of all time. Trump is going to see, because revenge is coming. Revenge is coming soon. Revenge is coming after Trump, after everybody who facilitated the assassination. He will pay the ultimate price. And it's not only by the millions of Iranians, it's not only by the millions in resistance countries, it's also by those who have newly joined the resistance.
Damn. So did you hear what she said? I want to analyze what she said again for you guys who had a hard time hearing what she said. Let's play it one more time and I'm going to break it down, what she was saying.
The devils of the world will celebrate.
She said the devils of the world will celebrate.
And everybody here managed to brainwash.
She says that everybody here managed to brainwash people.
But this is not over.
She says, but this is not over.
Trump is going to pay a price paid by no American president.
Now she claims that Donald Trump is going to pay a price that has been paid by no American president. is what she's saying.
Now, if you hear her voice and the tone she in, she said that Trump is gonna pay by price of no American. If you could hear her voice and the pain in her voice, it's so different because she started out said the devils are gonna rejoice. I mean, she hip. She know what's up. She sound like she hurt. And whatever reason she hurt for, she hurt because she crying and trying to tell you what's finna go down or how they coming. So, you know, it's just different, fam, because what is the worth of this? Like, what is this worth? It almost make you say that, fam. Like, what is this worth? You know, like bombing Iran and all this Iran crap. Like, what is it worth? Like, what's the cost of Iran getting bombed? Hit that like button, double tap that screen.
All time.
She says of all time. This is, again, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. This is their representative that's speaking in the aftermath of the death of the Supreme Leader, the Ayatollah, and the family members as well. The daughter, son-in-law, grandson, all unalived in that attack.
This is not over. Trump is going to pay a price paid by no American president at all time, paid by no Zionist of all time, paid by no criminal of all time. Trump is going to see, because revenge is coming, and revenge is coming soon, and revenge is coming after Trump, after everybody who facilitated this assassination. He will pay the ultimate price.
There you go right there. And y'all know what the ultimate price is. Now I'm going to say this again. Trump had already did an interview. Remember, Trump did an interview. We talked.
So the lady is an Iranian who was a part of, I believe, the family of the Ayatollah. The Ayatollah is this guy. So I believe she is a part of the family of them, or Iranians as a whole, and what he stood for. So that's why she's spazzing out like, hey, Trump, you just messed with the wrong one. We coming for you, and you finna feel it like no other president felt it. I mean, it's a bunch, she said. You know, that's what that is, Lori. Yeah, that's who the lady is. She's that. So now you can receive her different knowing who she is, instead of some blabbering chick just running her mouth. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Let's go.
About this on this channel maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't know if y'all was listening. A lot of y'all wasn't paying attention when I was doing those political videos telling y'all this. So Trump had did an interview on News Nation. Now, on the interview he did on News Nation, the girl asked Trump about the threats that was coming from Iran on his life. And Trump says that, listen, I've already made orders. If anything happens to me, they will be wiped off the map. That's what Trump said in the interview to, this was before all of this happened, This is like almost a month ago.
I remember that.
Trump says, if anything happened to me, I've already given orders for them to be wiped off, the whole thing to be wiped off the map. Trump said that. This is the type of talk that the president's doing. So then you turn around and he says, oh, we don't like it. They're not doing a deal. And boom, they go over and take out the Supreme Leader, the Ayatollah, right? Without an attack being on American soil. They take out the Supreme Leader, Ayatollah, and take out the man's daughter, son-in-law, and grandson, all killed in that same situation. And now they're also reporting that 40 other leaders were unalived in Iran. 40 other Iranian leaders were unalived. And you got people running around here laughing and joking like this is a game. You got people ignoring this story like this is some type of game.
Okay,
no, this ain't a game. You guys came out here and campaigned and pushed for this guy. You guys came out here and stood 10 toes on this. And now, again, the lady who's speaking, this is, once again, for everybody who doesn't know, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, right? Says that Donald Trump and anybody else and everybody else who facilitated the murder of the Ayatollah, she is claiming that they're going to pay the ultimate price very soon. And she's saying that they are coming with everything.
The devil of the world will celebrate, and everybody here managed to brainwash. But this is not over. Trump is going to pay a price paid by no American president at all time, paid by no Zionist of all time, paid by no criminal of all time. Trump is going to see, because revenge is coming, and revenge is coming soon, and revenge is coming after Trump, after everybody who facilitated this assassination. He will pay the ultimate price. And it's not only by the millions of Iranians.
Now, real talk, if we really was riding with Trump, or if we really was on that, we'll be like, what? Who you talking to? Watch your mouth, girl. We just got rid of your people. We get at you too. See, we'll be on that. But see, Trump ain't right. He ain't right. So we can't have his back. See what I'm saying? He got an old family in him, and now she over there talking big, talking about this gonna happen and all. Who you talking to? We just pull up on you again. We can't even talk like that. We can't even support Trump like that. See what I'm saying? That's what's crazy. But what's really extra crazy is is that if an Iranian or Israel or Arabic, just take your pick of any one of them people, talking about they finna do something to you or they getting revenge on you, boy, you better go sit down somewhere. What? Them the people where their heads be wrapped. You know, they walking around like full nuns. Yeah, they walking around like Muslim nuns. You ever seen a Muslim nun? Fam, you ever seen a Muslim nun? Have you ever seen a Muslim nun? Fam, think about a nun already wrapped up. She can't show no body, can't show no breasts, can't show no booty, nothing. She can't show nothing. She got to walk around like a wrapped up nothing. You feel me? So think about a nun that can't even show her body and then throw some Muslim in there. Oh, now you wrapped up, got the thing on your head, and you can't even wash your ass. Cause you know how real people that believe in it, how they smell. Like, you ever been with a Muslim nun? Huh? I feel for a Muslim nun. Cause what type of loving going on? Ain't no loving in that room. Ain't no love. That's your gal. You mess with a Muslim nun, fam? Oh, fam, ain't no cushion, ain't no pushing, ain't no loving, ain't no rubbing, huh? Ain't no missing, ain't no kissing, huh? Ain't no sucking, ain't no excuse me. My fault. My fault. My fault. I got a little carried away. My fault. My fault. Muslim nun. What? Shout out to Lord with that $5 donation. It's real, because you know the love is real. I said, ain't no, hold up, Elliot Hankerson. Elliot? Hold up, let's stop for a minute. Let's stop. This is what I be talking about, Chris. You be having people named Elliot coming in here. Your mama named you Elliot. Is you stupid, nigga? What? Your mama named you Elliot. Elliot? You might be a little, you know what I'm saying, Chris? Like back in the day, we'd be like, you might be a little, Elliot? What you over there reading books? Like, what you doing? Playing with your t-shirts? Playing with your tennis shoe strings? What you doing? Huh? Don't tell me what I need to do. What you need to do is like, hit that button, double tap that screen, subscribe today so you don't miss an episode, and share this with the world. Best part for you is to become a member so we can save your life. You understand? Because your name, Elliot, you need saving. Anybody that named you that, they need to save your life. Elliot. Talking about I need to do something. I need to do something. You need to go change your name. Elliot. Elliot. That just moved me for Elliot. Any woman in here talking to you, Elliot, I question your agenda. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, Elliot. Don't be an Elliot. That's the new thing, Chris. That's a new shirt. Don't be an Elliot. You hear me? If you're Elliot, you need to go over there. Or we need to figure out your femininity. Don't be an Elliot. Elliot almost became famous in here, Lord. It's terrible. Don't make no sense. Elliot. Elliot. Like when you say something and somebody tripping, Elliot. You hear me? You at work. You on your computer screen taking care of your business, and somebody tripping, you just say, Elliot. You know what I'm saying? You in Snooks getting your food and somebody in line trying to jump in the line. Elliot. That's how we come, bruh. You feel me? Somebody tripping with you, just turn around. Elliot. You feel me? Just get this Elliot mother away from me right here, boy. Elliot, shut it up. You feel me, fam? So we just want to make sure we identify the ducks in the pond right now. We want to identify Elliots. And we want to identify bruh. You feel? Hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's the reason. Elliot. You better shut it up. Better shut it up, Elliot. Come on, make yourself clear. Boy, for who? You think I'm gonna make myself clear for you? I got kids. Is you stupid? I would only make myself clarify myself for my kids. Elliot. Goofy goof troop. Okay, so
the military has been deeply decentralized now that the military leadership of some of the key military leaders has been eliminated. And so you may find the kind of, whether it's forces arrayed along the Persian Gulf, across the border from Iraq, in many of its other strategic locations, acting on their own. And that's more difficult to eliminate or to target.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio says that there is a possibility that the United States plays a role in a government transition. Listen.
No plan for the U.S. to at least play a role in whatever government comes.
We might. We'll see how circumstances play out. If there's something we can do to help them down the road, we'd obviously be open to it, but that's not the objective. The objective of this mission is the destruction of their ballistic missile capability.
It may not be an objective, but it would likely perhaps be a consequence. I mean, is the U.S. involvement necessary to change the regime in Iran?
Well, it reminds me very much of what the Bush administration said in going into Iraq. It was to destroy weapons of mass destruction, and we ended up on the ground 8 years, left only to trigger an insurgency that ended up as ISIS. And
hold up, David. Hold up, David. Hold up, David. Is you what you doing, David? Is you bruh? Or what you are? Is you Elliot? Huh? Are you Elliot? Because I think you coming at my people right now talking about Christopher, Elliot, Christopher is all the same. You better identify what you want right now, brother. For we find you in a different place and not here. Because if you were Elliot, that's different. But if you over talking about my partner Chris, you over talking about my partner Chris Durden? No, I need to know. You talking about my partner? Is you talking about my fame? Let me know right now, David, so I can know what we're going to do with you. Let's take a moment for David. Shout out to Nene Love Savvy TV in the building. You better understand something. Her birthday is still going on. Happy birthday, Nene. All month long, player. You know what it is. We running that thing up and down. You hear me? Happy birthday, Nene. You know what it is and how we coming. Nothing but love. Nothing but another circle around the hemisphere. Or you an Elliot, David. Scott. Talking about my partner, Chris. Bruh. What are you? We need to know now. Happy birthday to Nene in the building right now, everybody. Happy birthday, Nene, right now, everybody. Don't be no Elliot. Big dog forever. You hear me? Big dog forever. You hear me, Nene? Forever and ever and ever and after ever. I don't know what's after ever. I think eternal is after ever. So yeah, this eternal, Nene. Yeah, eternal. So stop saying for life, say for eternal. Yes, because this is what this is, eternal. Can't get rid of us, can't get rid of me. What you doing? Yeah, this for yeah. Eternal, player. Care where you go, we coming too. Woo, you better tell her, fam. You better tell Nene right now, wherever she go, we coming too. What you think you doing? Wherever you with, whoever you with, we right there with you. You can't shake me, G. Nope. Ain't happening. Don't even try it. Nope. Up, David. Didn't identify himself. He's Elliot. And we found out. Elliot! Gone. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Okay, now, so what we looking at now is, what I'm about to play right now, okay, Elliot, what I'm about to play right now is very serious because this is about to allow you to really understand what's really going on. Now, there's some music in there. We're going to have to kind of mute a little bit at times, but the full essence of the situation is there for you to know what's going on. This is the real thing. This is something you probably didn't know about. But this is something that's been brainwashing us as kids. And now that we're here at our ages, a lot of us, some of us are over 40, things of that nature. You would have never thought that it started this way. And now we're here today. You understand? So hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's going to take a short minute, but this is definitely the fullness thereof. Okay? Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Never forget the raffle. Lori, we got your hoodie coming. Demi Hill, we got your hoodie coming. To all my other family, never forget, you know the raffle. One woman, one man. We'll win. A No Filters t-shirt. No Filters hoodie, classic. You understand me? Sponsored by Nene Love Savvy TV. Signed by your boy Dilla T. You understand? And my fam here at No Filters. You see the super chat, you see the cash app, you see the stickers. It's all love. Because at the end of the day, we have to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode and share this with the world. I don't press that enough, that we need to share this with the world. I don't want to hear it. Say it with me. Share this with the world. Look to this person. Share this with the world. Look in the mirror. Share this with the world. Whoever this is, share this with the world. Back smack whoever this is and tell them to share this with the world. Idiot. Because if they don't share this with the world, they're idiots. Damn. Idiot. Okay, here we go. Share this with the world.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Are we dreaming?
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. When we are successful, and we will be.
There's a ghost whose sole purpose is to swallow souls and
This structure is collapsing.
go to sleep, dear.
Epstein had a painting in his home of George W. Bush sitting on the rug of the Oval Office with 2 paper airplanes and 2 collapsed Jenga towers, just in case anybody was wondering what could possibly be worse than what they've already revealed. So take a good look at this picture here. If you have not seen it, here you go. Jeffrey Epstein had this painting, okay? And here are the Jenga towers right here on the floor.
Right after 9/11, about 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary.
Now listen to me. They just talked about how that man had a painting of George Bush on the floor with paper airplanes and Jenga pieces like the World Trade Centers. Okay, now this is before or this is after. But the point we're making is Epstein had paintings of this. So it's not like he didn't know or didn't know this was going on. I'm just trying to figure out the funny parts of them trying to make paintings of something that they talked about going to happen. And then it happened later. Because we don't know when those paintings were taken. But we know this. George Bush looked like George Bush age on that painting. So that painting was taken not now, it was taken before then. You understand me, Cat? Yeah, you with me. That boy looked young. See, these are the ways that we find out the truth without asking. This is how you sit back and let somebody talk and then they tell on themselves. This is how you sit back and analyze. And then you do the process of elimination. And then you realize, and now you have your answer. That man was young. He was the same George Bush face. And you know what else is funny? I was kicked out of school. I got kicked out of school. I had to go to the Ed Center. Okay? Here in St. Louis, you got to go to the Ed Center when you get kicked out. It's crazy. It's different. So I get kicked out of school. I'm at the Ed Center, right? Kill out. Okay? I'm kicked out of school, right? Okay? So when I say kicked out, I'm talking about like 180 days, 360 days, something like that. So I get kicked out of school. I go to the Ed Center. We at the Ed Center. That's like penitentiary for like people that get kicked out. Basically, it's like that for school people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the pen. You know what I'm saying? When you get kicked out of school. So all of the inmates is at the Ed Center. So we all in the Ed Center, right? This hood, your hood, my hood, they hood, everybody hood in the Ed Center, right? So all of a sudden, don't do that, Theo. Don't do that, Theo, because I feel like you doing what I'm doing right now, telling how I'm telling. But I'm telling you, when you just said Porky Pig, you on the same vibe, you on the same frequency as me, fam. You got to be. Because I ain't even said nothing. And you just kind of grabbed it out of my, you just kind of out of me. That boy just brought up Porky Pig. And y'all don't even know I was going down the street with this. Shout out to Theo. But 9/11, I'm in the Ed Center, and all of a sudden I'm like, we get a call, and they just said that somebody went down for something. Now, this is, you know, we right next to Bowen. You know, in St. Louis, you know, the Ed Center right across street from Bowen. You know, Bowen, yeah, with the planes, all that, crazy, yeah. So we right across from Bowen. So we thinking like, oh man, they just bombed or did this. They probably finna hit Bowen. So we all get up and scatter and shoot about the school. Like, what was that gonna do? Because we still on the lot. Somebody drop a bomb, it's gonna hit us and some more. So it didn't even matter. The point I'm making is, if you could think about where you was at 9/11 when it happened, that'll almost put you in a position to know how old and how young George Bush was when it happened. If they created a painting and saying he was this wood, that man is sitting there laughing with paper planes about Jenga, and they laughing about people dying. You know, real people lost their mamas, daddies, cousins, brothers and sisters. And he's sitting there laughing with paper planes. This is some of the worst. But it's just funny how when it happened, we came running out like we was finna get away from the war, and it didn't even happen like that. So I think my point I'm bringing is that if Epstein took a picture of this happening and they talked about it happening, Jeffrey Epstein was a part of the Trilateral Commission and the elite. The elite is the people that make decisions for all of us, okay? The elite. So, wow, this is real breaking news right now to know how that happened. Hit that like button, let's go. So, I paused it because this guy right here, his name is Wesley Clark. He's a retired 4-star Army general, okay? Wesley Clark, a retired 4-star Army general. Ooh, Nene said, you see that viral video of the plane having that wheel on the, I ain't see it. I ain't see that. I got to see that to me. I ain't seen that, Nene. I ain't see that. I heard something about something going down, about a plane going down or something like that, because now all of a sudden they talk about this a dude in Texas that came outside, grabbed his Uzi and started shooting up everybody. Just all of a sudden, just what? Like, do that go with Iran? He a part of Iran? Because that's retarded. Why would this man on U.S. soil, black man at that, grab a gun and just go outside and start shooting everybody in Texas? Because of some Iran business. Oh, man. Who you mad at? Iran, or you mad at Trump because of what he did? That's what I'm talking about. Stuff like that that's going to cause. That's what I mean, fam, about chaos and anarchy. Because why would he just all of a sudden go outside and just shoot up everything? Was that MLK? Was that MK? And then all of a sudden his hoodie talking about property of Allah. If his hoodie said property of Allah, then he did that in the name of some level of religion and Muslim. But if you sit back and think about it harder, it'll make you think like, wow. How many Muslims in religion that represents that looks at the Iranians as the same religion? Because they really looking at Trump like he's breaking something or doing something. Hit that like button up and tap that screen. Let's learn something.
Wolfowitz, I went downstairs about 10 days after 9/11. I went through the Pentagon and right after 9/11, about 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who used to work for me. And one of the generals called me in. He said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we got a good military and we can take down governments." And he said, "I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail." So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran."
And finishing off Iran. Did you hear this, man? He said he just went in to go say hi to a couple of people that work for him, and the man walked in and said, "Man, you got to tell me something." He said, "What's up, man?" He said, "You know we finna go to war with Iraq." He like, "Why? Well, I got some new leads." He said, "No, we just finna go to war with Iraq. We got a good military, we got a good government, and I feel like we can take down governments because we got a strong military." So here these white folk is, again, stealing land, stealing resource, stealing property, just stealing. You telling these people we finna just go start war just to take over land or take over things, but yet when these people want to revenge or create war to fight back, us, you, me, Nene, everybody in here, we don't even know the reason, but yet somebody over here trying to kill us. This is what this is, fam. These people drawing up stuff like, hey, we just finna go to war to take over they land and their governments. And we're going to tell our people that these people was bad, and that's the reason why we killed them or unalived them. That's what they're doing right now. Trump, in that meeting earlier, said Ayatollah was a bad guy. He wished the USA death upon us all. Nobody cared for him. He wanted us all to die. See, a lot of that was a lie. Some of that was truth, but a lot of that was sugar-coated lies, just to make you mad to know that he can just up and just go unalive some president in somebody else's government without asking nobody to do it. And when I keep hearing about uranium, it makes me think about vibranium. And I'm talking about Black Panther. See, you better know why these movies come out. It's a movie on Netflix called Altered Something. What is it called on Netflix, fam? Altered Something. In that Netflix series, in the Netflix series Altered Something, they're showing how they're literally putting your conscience, your memory, and you on ice. They got your body wrapped up like a baby, and they can just bust you open, put the disc in your body, and bring your conscience back of who you is, and then tell you to go carry out a mission. So right now, they basically putting humans on ice, putting your conscience and your mind on ice until they're ready to use you and just put it right back in. Shout out to Brian, Altered Carbon. Lil Bread. That man named Lil Bread. Nene, look at Lil Bread and see what he just said. Look what Lil Bread just said, Chris. That man named Lil Bread. First of all, what woman dealing with you and your name Lil Bread? Lil Bread? That don't sound... No, fam, you need to let's rethink that. Lil Bread? That don't even sound like you getting to nothing. Lil Bread. Oh, God, help this man, Jesus. Mama K in the building, finally ain't seen you in 40 years. Glad to see you. The boy named Lil Bread, Mama K. This boy named Lil Bread and came in here talking crazy. Lord, we had to get rid of him early. So this is what I mean by altered carbon, because they're talking about how they want to put you on ice. See, any movie that you see or any series that you see on Netflix, think about this, Nene. You know how many series we starting to see, Chris? All these different, like that. What's the name of it, Nene? What is the name of it with Halle Berry? You know what I'm talking about, Nene? What's the name of it with Halle Berry? Lori, Elliot, Lil Bread. Lil Bread and Elliot. That. I'm telling you, don't be no Lil Bread or don't be no Elliot. What's the name of it with See, that's why I can't even ask you shit. I'm looking to read something that's really real. And fam said, yeah, it's me playing as Hollywood. I just knew you were finna tell me what the movie was. And you like, nah, that's me playing as Hollywood. Oh God, it's terrible. I'm weak, man. I just knew. I'm reading. I'm like, yeah, what is it? Oh, that's me playing as Holly. So that's what I mean, fam, when I say, so it's a difference, fam. And these are the things we're going through. So let's hit that like button, double tap that screen so we can understand what's going on. Elliot.
Epstein documents expose Ghislaine Maxwell being invited to become a member of the Shadow Commission of 9/11. Why would they ask her? And what connection does she even have to September 11th? Ghislaine Maxwell is not a politician, wasn't a politician at that point in time. She was basically a socialite who worked for her daddy's publishing company. Why would someone invite a socialite who is from the UK to be a part of a September 11 commission, shadow commission, where the membership list is secret?
Wait, there was a shadow commission? Do we know about it? I don't know about that. Did you guys know about that? And of all people in America, they were asking Ghislaine Maxwell to be on the shadow 9/11 commission? And who else was on this secret list that actually decided what was going to go in the 9/11 commission report?
The Shadow Commission that Ghislaine Maxwell was apparently invited to, whatever that is.
This is in the beginning of 2003, before the official 9/11 commission is put together. Any interest on the Shadow Commission on 9/11, the membership list is secret.
There's a ghost.
So he said to me, would you like to be on the Trilateral Commission? No. I was 30 years old, 32 years old. And I looked at the list of people, and there was Bill Clinton, former president of the United States, Paul Volcker, every great leader in America, the Asians, the Japanese.
Crafty counsel.
RNA.
You could feel it.
I think the most important thing to know about living in the 21st century is that humans are now hackable animals.
We just don't know the long-term side effects of basically modifying people's
So there was this kid. He was an 80s baby.
Tanya in the building.
And he loved Saturday morning cartoons. He'd get a big bowl of colorful cereal and contently sit right in front of the television screen for hours. One of these mornings, he was watching Bugs Bunny, and seconds after the screen flashed to a commercial, he thought to himself, that's weird. The silly rabbit who won't get it through his head that tricks are for kids, he just put on a dress.
He put on the dress to trick the kids.
Go to sleep, dear.
Silly rabbit.
There's nothing to see here.
You're just a kid.
Go to sleep, dear. There's nothing to see here.
Fact that a few seconds earlier, would have flew right over the young boy's head. Now the signs and symbols in this commercial would have flew right over the young boy's head if it wasn't for the fact that a few seconds earlier he had just watched Bugs Bunny deceive and seduce the gun-toting Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam.
Open your eyes.
And this strong-looking soldier with the red armband.
It seemed strange to him. Something was off. Even the way the Nazi soldier reverted back to traditional Viking or Aryan ceremonial garb in order to court the cross-dressing bunny seemed like a riddle, a puzzle.
What this young, impressionable kid didn't realize was that he was witnessing an ancient spell. Though he instinctively knew there was a deeper meaning behind the symbol of the androgynous rabbit, deceiving the strong man standing guard, he couldn't decipher the coded message. Then he heard a voice in his head saying, "There's no school today. Don't ruin your only real day off by thinking too hard. Just enjoy this children's programming. There's nothing to see here. There's nothing to see here."
There's nothing to see here. Go to sleep. There's nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
Besides, tomorrow's Easter Sunday, and you'll have to help your little sister find those pastel-colored eggs the Magic Bunny lays all over the church grounds.
The year was 1988. The same year Roger Rabbit came out. Fast forward to today, the effeminate rabbit versus the strongman invocation is everywhere. Though the Ishtar rabbit is ever present in Western society, this particular season is a season the occultists have dedicated to the strongman.
Just look at how they celebrated their Gregorian New Year 2026. For the first time, the Washington Monument was illuminated by light projections. Symbols of seed rush into the apex of the phallic obelisk, the insemination of the great Ishtar egg. This is high-level sex magic. But who is this strong man they are invoking?
It took place on Wednesday.
They often refer to him as the All-Father.
Wednesday morning.
But the answer to one question eluded us. Which specific god did Hitler worship? There are entire books written on this, some saying he was a Christian, Others say he was a pagan and worshipped a pantheon of gods. Well, it turns out that all we had to do was go back to the origins of the National Socialist movement to find our answer. He also straight up tells us which god they worshipped. Ours is called the All-Father. But who is the All-Father?
You've seen his servants and devotees.
Wednesday.
They even have broadcast a passionate prayer to him, prime time,
Wednesday.
before all the American people.
Father, all my life, I have answered every call. Grant me the strength of the old fathers, and I won't heed my word. Grant me the strength of the old fathers.
For decades, the predictive programming in preparation for this current season has been drilled into the subconscious minds of the American people. Hidden in plain sight, the 2019 satirical film Jojo Rabbit uncoincidentally embodies this end-time spell.
When you stand before the enemy and have to end his life, which of you will have the stomach to do this? Good. There is no room in Hitler's army for those that lack strength. We want hardened warriors, those that are prepared to kill at will. Can you do this?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Johannes, can you kill?
Of course. I love killing.
Good. Come here. Don't be scared. Come on. Good.
It's a bunny.
Kill it. Wring its neck and kill the rabbit. Or are you scared?
I'm not scared. I just...
Now. Place both hands round its neck, and then one hard twist. You might scream, but we'll just use the boot to finish it off. Kill. 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 Good shot. You are a coward, just like your father.
He's not a coward. He's fighting in it.
So what they saying even in this, hit that like button, double tap that screen. What they wanted you to see in this situation is that the rabbit was representing femininity, and yet the young boy was represented as well. And yet in this case, they're talking about how the man, the aggressor, the aggression was what everybody was representing, trying to get him. But he chose to give in to the femininity of the rabbit and said, instead of killing the rabbit, I'm gonna let him live and let him be what he's being. But the rabbit is representing femininity toward the male and to the man species. So it makes it seem like the little boy started to become feminine because he let the rabbit live. Okay. So that movie there, I think, was very important because that was the movie that I wanted to go back and watch because I wanted you to see how they played that, how they was implementing these movies and trying to, the rabbit representing femininity, like Roger Rabbit, Bugs Bunny, and just the man, the masculine man, and how the war between the two is going on. And now it's here. But you finna really understand Bad Bunny in Super Bowl and how this plays a role with Bad Bunny. You get it? Bunny, rabbit, what? Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We're here to save your life. You learning something? Where? Right here, no filters. Yeah, you is. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We cooking.
Italy.
Really? But no one has heard from him.
All right. See, so in this, you can tell, you see, they showed the girls, Scarlett Johansson. They showed the boy, the feminine boy. They put the rabbit behind his ears, and then they showed the transgender army man. And then they showed the flag, and they showed the bunny. But then they showed against the masculine ones, the men. People that represented men, masculinity, and being straight. So this is what they mean by the fight that's going on even today with masculinity, femininity. Funny how you see Jim Carrey, and we're gonna cook him too this week, but Jim Carrey, he comes out and this man eyes ain't the same, his face ain't the same, he done got Botox going. He about to me look clone at this point. Let's just keep it 100, keeping it real. Shout out Miles P in the building, shout out Moving Forward in the building, shout out to family in the building, shout out to No Filters in the building. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. So King Ram says, what movie is this? I believe it's 9, let me see. I'm gonna look it up for fans so you can see. Cause that movie was a...
This is some poster art for the film.
It's called Jojo Rabbit. It's called Jojo Rabbit, King Ram. Yeah, Jim Carrey really looking different, but the fact that Carrey was putting out things and saying what he believes in and the type of religion he's going about. So you will see, but yeah, it's called Jojo Rabbit. Now, as you can see, the cover art for Jojo Rabbit is so bad because they're using the rabbit and the Nazi in it. But it's funny how they try to use the rabbit and Nazis. You would never think about a rabbit having something to do with Hitler because Hitler is the #1 slaughterhouse, man, masculine, all of that. But honestly, they try to say how it was a lot going on with the Nazis. You had feminine Nazis and masculine Nazis. And that's what this represents even more.
I don't think I can do this.
Russ? Of course you can. The fact that this movie was directed by the same director that filmed Thor Ragnarok is significant.
Unbelievable. Come on, Elvis. Get up. Get up.
Surreality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity.
The most dominant magicians in the West run the predictive programming here, and according to their spell, the rabbit always wins. This scene is from a Nicki Minaj music video. And this scene is also from a Nicki Minaj music video. Nicki is seemingly a walking contradiction. Who embodies both the rabbit and the Nazi. Her alter ego, Roman Zelensky, is a representation of the notorious Hollywood child predator, Roman Polanski. They chose Nicki, a symbol of MK Ultra, trauma-based multiple personality disorder, to this.
Hold up, whoever a Nicki Minaj fan, you better dislike, shut it down, kill it now. Because they never spoke about Roman last name. See, we heard about her having an alter ego. Roman this and Beyonce and Sasha Fierce and all of that. But nobody said Roman's last name. And now I realize why they never said Roman's last name. And this is why I don't rock with Nicki Minaj no more now, because you lied and didn't say his last name because you knew if we knew that it was Roman Polanski, we'd have known that you're naming yourself after a child predator, period. And that's how you know she's with it. So you can't sit back and support Nicki Minaj no more. Shut her down. Kill that. Whatever she got going, shut it down. Because yet, you have a child and you naming your alter ego behind a child predator? If we knew that, she would have no support of nobody. Nobody would have never been a Nicki Minaj nothing. So while she coming out on Twitter talking about all of these devils and the Grammy Awards, you evil little mother, you on that same time. And I knew you was, but it was just funny to me that the way you came off was like something could be a little different. But I knew you been there with them people, because it ain't way how you gonna be a wolf in sheep's clothing. But yeah, you birds of a feather flocking together. What we talking about? How? That makes no sense. How you over here doing all this can operate like you is, and then you telling on these people on Twitter, but then you right back over here with them same folk. That something ain't making no sense. Some ain't making no sense. And now I realize what it is. She is playing both roles because she playing the femininity and the masculinity. All will be exposed. Hit that like button, let's go.
Disclose the ritualistic child sacrifice of the elite.
Your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of a blood sacrifice to their god. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Go to sleep, dear.
Go to sleep.
Jeffrey Epstein was emailing Robert Trivers, who's an American biologist. So they aren't going to talk about this, but in the new Epstein files drop, Jeffrey Epstein was emailing Robert Trivers, who's an American biologist. And they were actively talking about pushing the transgender ideology on children as young as 3 years old. Here's the full email up here. It's very graphic. If you want to read it, you can, but it's pretty bad.
Okay, so this is Jeffrey Epstein talking to the guy about making kids transgender. And think about it, when Obama took office, he was talking about transgender. He also was talking about gay rights, and he also was talking about gay marriage. So you have to understand when this was implemented the way it was and what happened with it. Just because the face was different don't mean the plan wasn't the same. Just because the face was different doesn't mean the plan wasn't the same. So you're looking at the same plan that they had because they was talking about making kids transgender, trying to figure out a way to talk to kids and tell them, hey, don't you want this? Wouldn't you like to be like this? And if you read this email, it said, it is very simple. I will compare male to female with female to male. This is what the top of the email says. Okay? It says he will compare.
38 years later.
But it's pretty bad. Gender ideology on children as young as 3 years old. Here's the full email up here. It's very graphic. If you want to read it, you can.
Now, right here it says, by the way, we are now pushing the intervention earlier. So you notice your 3-year-old son has trans tendencies. So now you intervene with hormones. I would be frightened to do that, but who knows? They said now, by the way, we are now pushing the intervention early. So you notice your 3-year-old son has trans tendencies. You understand what he just said? He said, by the way, we pushing the transgender situation quicker. So you can notice that your 3-year-old son has transgender tendencies. What? He says, if you like smelly masculine men, you want that such and such that comes with the show. You do not want one of nature's more complex and variable structures, the pom-pom. That is an acquired taste and not with a man. There are hundreds of female trans videos and websites. I have never seen a male one. So many transsexual women are very attractive and easily make money, which in turn they assert promotes their prostitution since they have to pay hefty fees for injections every week. But they are sexually happy. Once you have reached manhood, even castration does not prevent the sensation of that. Contrast the poor female to male versions. They are unhappy and lonely. They are men with mom-poms, the worst of both worlds. So he's talking about transgenders from female to male, how female to male is worse or they are unhappy and lonely. He's saying transgender females to males are unhappy and lonely because they are men with mom-poms, the worst of both worlds. And this is them explaining transgender, bro. This is how they implemented it. And this is crazy. Because we reading the beginnings of this. And this is how it started. People saying, hey, let's figure out transgender, like how to make a man to a woman, woman to a man. And he's explaining when a female has to turn to a man, they're bored and lonely. Because now they're in a place where they have both. Okay, so it says, it is very simple. I will compare male to female and female to male. This is what it reads. Listen to me. It says, with greater molecule control over development, we are increasingly capable of producing novel phenotypes, more feminine men, by blocking testosterone receptors. And at the same time, increasing estrogen production. The one box male features, the second encourages female features. So in here, they're talking about blocking testosterone and enhancing estrogen. Simple as that. Simple as that. Fam said, but why though? Because y'all sick. Y'all got all of this money. And then the people that you worship believes in being a god. Meaning you being a god, you can turn to a male, male to female and still be in a certain form that makes you receive the world as if you're a god. Because of the changes and the transitioning of genders. Yeah, that's the way that's going on. That's the way it's happening, fam. That's the way they're operating. So I think I just wanted to read a little bit of that so you can actually see how Epstein and this guy is literally trying to implement transgender on your kids. And he's saying kids. Theo said they playing God just like the fallen ones, and you see where they fell to, don't you? They still there. Endless pit. You ever heard of an endless pit? Boy, I feel for you if you're in an endless pit. Oh yeah, Nene, yeah. You know we're gonna read in between the line. We're gonna read the headline and walk like a, talk like a, you know what it is. This is the first breakdown of them breaking down transgender in an email. And he said, it is simple. I'm going to show you how females go to males and how males go to female. And I'm going to let you know how to do it. Then I'm going to let you know how they feel. We're going to speak about what they feel. And this is what they're doing every day to our lives. Experimenting every day. I don't care if they put out a new chicken sandwich. They experiment how many people going to pull up and eat it. Just like Popeyes. You remember that chicken sandwich at Popeyes? Boy, you thought it was the itis coming straight out the boondocks. What we talking about? All of a sudden, everybody at Popeyes can't even get through. You can't even get to your house because everybody up in the line at Popeyes. What? Then all of a sudden, they dropped that Tyrone. You remember Tyrone on Netflix? How many people seen Tyrone right now? Press 1. Press 1 right now. You seen Tyrone. Press 1 right now. You seen Tyrone. Let's get right in here today. We're going to learn something today, Tanya. You understand me? Press 1 if you've seen Tyrone. Tyrone movie exposed and wanted us to see what they're doing to us. And if you didn't see Tyrone, I urge you, please, for homework. And I be really wanting y'all to do this homework, man. Go watch Tyrone, man. Because Tyrone wanted you to see, they wanted us to see how they playing with us every damn day. While we over here thinking we going through life-changing things and trying to get a bag, and we on this endless pursuit of happiness. And I think about it, fam, we on an endless pursuit of happiness, stability, and maintenance to be on top of the world every day. It's an endless pursuit. But yet, they can put out a movie that is telling us what they're doing to us, and yet we still don't even open up our lids, our pupils, to receive. She said, yeah, but when you listen to the clones, they admit they died or the original died. That's fine. But the point I'm making is, in that movie, they talked about what they putting in our food, what they putting in our hair products, how they at the church underground cooking it up and putting it together. The fact that every product that came through the hood had the ingredients that those people put in them. So let's make it make sense for real. They was putting everything in there. People in there falling out, going crazy. These people got stuff in their food, stuff in their hair. They found out downstairs they running a whole operation of adding and injecting food and injecting hair products with this type of ingredient that was taking people's lives. Now I heard about the almond. Sir learned a lot. I ain't watched it, but I think that's something I'm gonna look into. The almond, that's just like altered carbon. Yeah, altered carbon, check that out because that's future things. But hit that like button, double tap that screen. Yeah, Black Hammer, they just did Operation Black Hammer. They just shot that down. Operation Black Hammer, please.
But it's pretty bad. And their ideology on children as young as 3 years old. Here's the full email up here. It's very graphic. If you want to read it, you can, but it's pretty bad.
This is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. This what it also says. Listen to me right now. Listen. It says so many transsexual women are very attractive and easily make money. So many transsexual women are very attractive. These are two white guys. Oh, listen to them. So many transsexual women are attractive and easily make money, which in turn, the asset promotes their prostitution, since they have to pay a hefty amount of fees for injections every week. But they are sexually happy once you have reached manhood. Even castration did not prevent the sensation. So they're talking about how transsexual women going from a woman to a man. How they have to charge you so much money for the injection and fees is how they get their money and why they look so good. Because they have to get all those injection and fees to look like a woman and stay looking like a woman. But these white men are seeing them looking so attractive and so great that they see them as, hey, because they're transsexual, they need that maintenance. They need those Botox. They need all of that. So that's why he said it's easier for the transition because of what they do for it. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We about to wrap this up. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You learning something?
But let's get back to our 80s baby. Well, 38 years later, he's rooting for the Seahawks to win Super Bowl 60.
It's an 8 p.m. showdown this Sunday as Bad Bunny takes the official Super Bowl stage, while Turning Point USA simultaneously kicks off its own patriotic halftime alternative.
Controversy over the Confederate flag hits home here in Connecticut tonight as a rock star known for flying that flag hits the stage in Hartford. Kid Rock is just wrapping up his show at the Xfinity Theater now.
Kid Rock out of the Xfinity Theater.
Today, Bud Light facing some backlash over its partnership with a trans influencer.
This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it.
Take a look. There's a video posted by Kid Rock that has more than 1 million views, hundreds of comments praising him.
Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible.
The Olsen twins. Why is every guy in America waiting for these chicks to turn 18? I mean, you know what I say? If there's grass on the field, play ball!
Whether you're tuning into the global pop spectacle or the conservative counter program, both events are set to collide at exactly 8 p.m. Eastern.
He's rooting for the Seahawks to win Super Bowl 60. During Bad Bunny's halftime show performance, he decides to switch over to the alternative, Turning Point USA's All-American halftime show, so everyone can have a quick laugh.
But then he sees it. He sees the symbol that completes the puzzle, and it all comes rushing back to him. Now he finally understands what the Luciferian elite are planning next.
Okay, so look at this. Bad Bunny, Tiana Taylor, Crockett. That's old girl Crockett out of the government. That's Crockett. And that's Trump. So you got to understand, 88, 8 p.m., the everything, none of this is coincidental. All of this was put together. But you are shocked because these are spells being casted every day against you and me through the TV, through anything, music, whatever. So it almost makes you think like, what level of danger are we really in? Is there no man for itself? Do we really have a president to protect us? Are we lied to be at war for our lives? But most of all, There's an agenda, a transgender agenda that's taking place. And it's all to make sure that the world as we know it and men as we know it are wiped away. And women, I feel bad for you all, because the moment, the day that men are wiped away, the value of a man doesn't come back again. The understanding of what a man is to a household, to a woman, to kids, you couldn't fathom. So I think for the most part, we really want to understand what side you on. Would you would have watched the Bad Bunny, or would you would have watched Chris Rock? Because at the end of the day, Chris Rock and Bad Bunny on the same team. They just trying to figure out who you riding with. As always, fam, you know what the level is and what the deal is. Only one way to do it and one way to do it only. Right here with your boy Dealatofficial, my fam. Here at No Filters, family, Black Queen in the building. Truly, family, as always, I truly appreciate each and every one of you all pulling up, making your presence felt, making sure that you got time to understand and reread the headline and reread in between the line, that if it walk like a, talk like a, we know what it is. It's a duck, and it's duck hunting season. As always, fam, I truly appreciate your time, your love, your respect. Truly appreciate you understanding that you subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Get you something to smoke if that's what you do, fam. Because you see the title, my G. You in here with your boy Dilla T and my fam. And this is No Filters. Good night, family. Y'all be safe. Lock your doors. Keep the hammer and keep God with you. It's love.